Story 1. I assumed a date was about going out, having fun, and getting to know somebody. But apparently your friends think it's all about men emptying their bank accounts to impress them. Story 2. Not true at all. I have literally driven 1,000 miles to try Moomer's ice cream. It stands to reason I love ice cream. If I take a lady there, I am sharing my love of ice cream with her. A serious date is not defined by the destination but by the magnitude of chemistry and connection felt by its participants. Story 3. Now, I am not saying that they are gold diggers. Semi-jokes aside, in my experience at least, if you are dating a normal man, not someone who wants a quick conquest, he will want to be with you in, normal, casual settings like home, a park, or a small cafe. Somewhere you can be casual and be yourselves. Story 4. No, it's not true. Your friends are trying to make you fail so that you're not a threat to them anymore. Women are constantly doing this to their friends, and every one of them seems to think they are the only ones to have thought to do this. Your single friends do not want to see you in a happy relationship. They want you to be as miserable as they are. Remember that when taking advice from them. Story 5. What's wrong with ice cream? Women aren't entitled to fancy dinners just because they are women. Women need to get over themselves and think men need to earn their time and company like they are a prize to be won. You are no more important than men. Story 6. Those are not your friends, and they literally generalized your date to put it down, probably because you were happy and they were jealous. Friends do not say things like that without real substance. What are they, 15 years old? Story 7. For the record, I would love to take someone out for an ice cream date. I went to Ben & Jerry's with a platonic female coworker for Free Cone Day, and we sat overlooking the ocean sunset and talked. Doing that with someone I was actually into romantically would be awesome. Story 8. Your friends are awful. Short, low-commitment first dates are great in my opinion. Get to know a person in person to see if you want to commit to something more serious. I usually do drinks and see if there are common interests before bringing up things like hikes or museums as my go-to second dates. Story 9. I am not a man, but I have an older brother. He has only taken one girl for ice cream. He's almost 30. He was in love with her and took her to his favorite spot. Might just really like you. Story 10. By the way, guys, I don't really agree with them. I have a good time no matter what I do. But I did want to get the truth from the men's perspective since I can be pretty naive. Story 11. Your friends are idiots. So what, only an expensive date is good enough for your friends? Do they not take seriously a dude who asks them out on a coffee or ice cream date or something similar? At best, they are just idiots, but I have an inclination to think they are entitled gold diggers even perhaps, and a bad influence too. God, this made me mad for some reason. Story 12. You need new friends. They are trying to bring you down. Not sure why, but some women just love to see their friends miserable. If you enjoyed the date and you liked the guy, and if he liked you, go out again. First dates and dating in general are not about how much money someone spends on you. It is about getting to know them and having fun. That can be done for free. Story 13. A first date is low commitment. People have different definitions of that. I usually go to dinner with a date, but I've also done just drinks. There's nothing wrong with ice cream, especially if you love ice cream. Story 14. If you had a good time and he had a good time, then that's all that matters. I don't even understand why you're bringing this to a public forum, as if they know the intentions of some random person. If what your friends think about how you enjoy spending time together is going to influence how you feel about him, then you have some growing up to do before trying to be in a mature relationship. Because you're small, he took you for ice cream? What are you even saying? No offense intended. I just really don't understand this type of thought process. Story 15. How is he supposed to take you seriously when he doesn't know who you are? Hence, ice cream date. Low risk for him because of cost, low risk for you because of cost. Some women feel there is an obligation implied if a man spends a lot of money on them. Edit. Cost can mean both time and money. Story 16. I know you're asking men, and I'm a woman, but I just want to reassure you that other women think an ice cream date is fine. Also, coffee dates are fine. The goal is to get to know each other, not for anyone to prove anything. A female friend of mine will only ever go out with a guy for dinner, and only if he's paying. This seems so weird to me because men who show off about paying for things usually have a traditional mindset, and then lo and behold, a few dates in, she's not happy because they have a traditional mindset. I've explained to her the correlation, but she's adamant they should pay, so I've given up. Story 17. Did you have fun? If yes, who cares? If not, try a different date. Everyone has different standards in everything, so what works for your friends may not work for you, and that's okay. What's not okay is your friends dictating your standards. Story 18. I think those people are full of it. Sounds like a nice idea and you both had fun. Now I'm wondering if your friends are actually jealous of you. Story 19. A lot of them told me that any man who takes me on a date for just ice cream isn't taking me seriously. That's a bizarre opinion. Are these happy people in fulfilling relationships? I'd wager not, but you'd know better than me. Story 20. I intentionally suggest dates like ice cream or coffee to weed out people who might be petty and feel entitled to being treated like royalty. I have no problem dropping a few hundred on the fanciest of dinners and evenings, but that's only for someone special who can also enjoy a simple night of ice cream and getting to know each other. The purpose of dates early on in a relationship isn't what you are doing together. For me, the purpose is getting to know them better so that we either realize we're not a good long-term fit or grow to love each other more and move closer to a fully committed long-term relationship. Story 21. Women who require men to spend their whole paycheck on a first date are so tiresome. Dates are meant to be a fun way to get to know each other, not a test to see if the guy will buy you a lobster. Story 22. Your friends are jealous they are not getting ice cream, obviously. Seriously, though, it is a great way to gauge someone without having to win them over through money or fancy experiences. Go for it. Worst case scenario, you get ice cream. Best case, you get a second date with someone you like. Story 23. Okay. If this really happened, then dump your friends. An ice cream date is a great way to meet up with someone without a lot of expectations. He sounds like he is taking you very seriously by considering you and your likes. Story 24. Quiet time over ice cream, having conversations to get to know one another, sounds very pleasant to me. If I were to hear those comments from your friends, they would be put on the do not date list. Story 25. Your friends are trying to lead you astray. Think about it. It's a low-risk date for both of you. You both get some delicious ice cream while trying to see if you vibe with each other. I say more people should be having such dates. Story 26. If something as wonderful and rare as an ice cream date makes some of your friends cringe, I would personally re-examine that friendship dynamic because these people are trying to drag you down into the misery pit where they are comfortable being mad at the world. You are getting something special that no one is ever going to give them because of bad attitudes and a lack of offers as a result. I will bet that when the temperature outside starts hitting the 80s and 90s, they will change their tune when they are all alone and have to buy their own lonely ice cream cone. Stay happy for yourself. Haters hate to see others who are happy, and I'm always happy to trigger a hater. Story 27. Your friends are feeding you some of the dumbest things I have ever heard. Men are judged if they take a girl to dinner and a movie, and then they're judged if they think of something fun and different. Tell me about it. Story 28. I would say that your friends don't know what they are talking about. Not every date needs to be at a 5-star restaurant or the movies. It's okay to have little outings for things like ice cream and a walk. Also, could you maybe define small? In what sense of the word do you mean that? Story 29. Ask yourself how you would respond if a man said, "Any woman who wants a dinner date is just a gold digger who wants free food." Doesn't make much sense, does it? Story 30. Your friends are trying to keep you single. Is the guy supposed to be planning marriage on the first date? What is this? This is from someone who is only looking for, and has only looked for, a long-term relationship. I never cared for casual or hookup stuff. Story 31. And it's because of those women I only do ice cream or coffee as first dates. If she thinks that's not enough for a first-time meeting, she's a gold digger. Story 32. You are not your friends, and your friends are not you. If you liked it, that's the only thing that matters. A first date is more about just talking and getting to know each other. You're supposed to be on a date with a person, not an experience. Edit. Never mind. The original poster is just another OnlyFans girl hoping to drum up business. Story 33. Sounds like your friends are in it for the free automated teller machine. Ice cream is an interest for you, and your date focused on you and your interest. That tells me your date is taking you more seriously than your friends. Story 34. Did you have a good time? Would you be interested in seeing him again? If the answers to both are yes, then who cares what your friends think? No one knows what life will bring us. No one wants a partner who's there for good times and gone in bad. If you can't enjoy a simple thing like ice cream together, it's hard to imagine going through harder times together. Story 35. Your friends deserve to be ignored at best and at worst. Anyway, if someone does something nice, regardless of what it is, we should appreciate it. If anyone is judgmental about it, they deserve to be judged for their inadequacies. Story 36. Being able to talk alone in a friendly, open location is a pretty awesome date. Taking you to a place with alcohol would not be taking you seriously. That's altering your state towards a goal irrespective of who you are. Story 37. There is nothing wrong with getting a feel for a person. Being very serious from the beginning can be a 50-50 on how it is received. Some people like seeing someone who is already ready to commit, and other people get scared off by that. Ice cream and idle chat give both people a little buffer to see red flags if there are any, without wearing the rose-tinted glasses yet. Story 38. Your friends are weird. Any time spent together helps you learn and decide if that person could be a potential mate. Small, cheap dates make more sense than a 7-course meal for a first date. Story 39. The guy sounds smart. If you are dating with the hopes of finding a lifelong love and partner, you are going to be sharing the daily mundaneness of life. You want someone you can enjoy something as simple as sharing ice cream with. If enjoying that person's company requires a certain amount of money spent, a performance of some kind, you are setting yourself up for an unhappy relationship. He will eventually tire of the constant effort needed to keep you feeling engaged in the relationship, and as his show he has been performing slips, you will become disillusioned with him and the relationship. You will not have gotten to know the real him, but a performance. My wife and I have been happily married for 20 years. Our first conversation revealed my now wife to be an artist. I am something of one too. So for our first date, the two of us sat in a park with sketch pads drawing the creek, followed by lunch at a moderately priced Mexican restaurant. A year and a half later, I proposed in that park. He pulled out all the stops is a great single date story. We connected over ice cream is a great start to a love story. Story 40. In my opinion, I never listen to other people's advice because they always give foolish opinions. If you had fun, it's all that matters. Would your friends rather have had the guy make you pay for the date? What sort of man would that be? Everyone is different, and there is no perfect type of man that will check all the boxes. Story 41. Nah, that's nonsense. Ice cream date is like going out for coffee or alcohol as a first date. It's a great low-commitment way to see if there's a good connection. No need to stay for a whole meal if things don't go well. You can finish your ice cream and excuse yourself quickly. Story 42. Dog. I'm a dude, and I really love ice cream. It's a good date idea too. You can try flavors together and learn about each other's food tastes. That's cute as well. Story 43. You said yourself that you enjoyed it and had fun. Did you get any sense from the guy that he wasn't taking you seriously? How would your friends know when they weren't there? Story 44. Sounds like your friends have crazy high expectations of men and they sound like morons. I would be thrilled to go on an ice cream date as a first date, and I am a woman. There is no reason for people to go spending crazy amounts of money at nice places for a first date when you're getting to know each other. Story 45. My first date with my wife was to get ice cream. Fast forward 23 years. It was one of the best nights and decisions ever. You guys, do you? Jealousy is a stinky cologne, and I'm betting an ice cream date is something they would like. Laugh out loud. Story 46. Do not listen to your friends. They are just immature and think a partner spending money at an adult restaurant equals serious love, while ice cream is for children. If you enjoyed the date, that is all that matters. Ice cream is a great date. Your friends are either purposely sabotaging you or are very immature. Story 47. Yeah, no, ice cream is a great first date. Forget your friends. They are probably jealous because they are not going on ice cream dates or any dates. Ice cream dates are perfect to get to know each other, but they're not too formal, so I, as the man, am not spending $60, $70, or $80 for a nice dinner and drinks on something that's not going to go anywhere. You don't have to spend time, and perhaps a bit of money, getting ready with hair, nails, and makeup. Not to mention that I feel as if I'm expected to perform on a nice dinner out. Maybe you do too. Ice cream is spectacular because all that's out the window. At a certain level, it's just two friends getting ice cream, where maybe one party hopes for more than just an ice cream friend. Also, ice cream is fun no matter what. My wife and I walk up to the ice cream parlor that's just up the street from our house all the time because it's fun, cute, and relatively inexpensive.